The doors of the neonatal intensive care unit at Swedish American Hospital had seen their share of heartbreak and hope, but nothing could prepare veteran nurse Jenny Joseph for what walked through them that chilly February evening. A teenage boy, his face a mask of fear and tears, clutched a shoebox like it held his entire world. Jenny, with her gentle eyes and calming presence, had been a beacon of hope for countless families. She believed every life, no matter how small or fragile, deserved a fighting chance. As the young man approached, his desperation palpable, Jenny felt a knot of worry forming in her stomach. Jenny had seen countless families navigate the emotional roller coaster of the NICU. The hushed whispers, the beeping machines, the constant fear hanging in the air. It was a lot to bear. She always strived to be a calm presence, a steady hand to guide them through the storm. Years of experience had taught her that sometimes the most powerful medicine she could offer was a listening ear and a compassionate heart. Parents needed to feel heard, understood, and supported, especially when facing the unimaginable possibility of losing a child. The boy stood before her, a whirlwind of emotions swirling in his eyes. He was just a kid himself, barely old enough to shave, yet here he was, thrust into fatherhood under the most dire of circumstances. The shoebox trembled in his hands, a stark reminder of the precious life it held. With a soft voice, Jenny coaxed him towards an empty cubicle. "Come on in, sweetie," she said, her tone laced with empathy. "Let's see what we have here." Her calm demeanor seemed to steady him, if only slightly. Inside the shoebox, nestled amidst a faded receiving blanket, lay a tiny, premature baby. The infant, no bigger than a doll, struggled to breathe, its skin translucent, almost paper-thin. Jenny's heart ached at the sight. This tiny human, fighting for every breath, was someone's child, someone's miracle. The boy, his voice barely above a whisper, explained that he had found the baby abandoned in the doorway of his apartment building. He didn't know what to do, who to call, so he scooped up the baby and ran to the nearest hospital, which happened to be Swedish American. His girlfriend, Cherish, was right behind him. Jenny, despite her years of experience, was taken aback. She had seen preemies before, but never one so young, so fragile, abandoned in such a way. This was a life hanging by a thread, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the desperate need for human connection. Gently, she lifted the baby and began assessing its condition. The baby was alarmingly small, likely born several weeks premature. It needed immediate medical attention. Cherish, her face pale with worry, arrived moments later. She was just 16, a year younger than her boyfriend, and the weight of the situation pressed down on her young shoulders. Yet, as she peered into the incubator where Jenny had placed the baby, a flicker of maternal instinct ignited in her eyes. Jenny, sensing their fear and uncertainty, became their anchor. She explained the baby's condition, the challenges ahead, and the long road to recovery. She answered their questions patiently, her voice a soothing balm in the sterile environment. Most importantly, she gave them space to process, to grapple with the enormity of the situation. "What happens now?" Cherish whispered, her voice trembling. The reality of the situation, the weight of the unknown future, was starting to dawn on her. Jenny, her hand resting reassuringly on Cherish's arm, explained the options available to them. They could choose to be the baby's foster parents, while the state searched for a suitable adoptive family, or they could relinquish all rights, allowing the baby to be placed directly into the foster care system.